before coming, let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Verification of notice.
The meeting was duly noticed.
Thank you. Move on to number 3, public comment. Did you want to make any comments, Joni?
You want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I could.
Why don't you come up here?
Hello, my name is Joni McGowan Merlin. I've been a resident of the town of Oakland since 1994. And I'm a retired teacher. I have a couple of kids who have gone through the school district here, and I strangely feel like I have extra time, which seemed good in December. No, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to run and perhaps be a board member. So,
All right, well,
yeah,
Welcome.
Great.
yeah,
thank you. We welcome you.
Great. Maybe next meeting.
We will. Okay, let's move on to approval of the minutes from February 24th, 2026 meeting. They were in front of you.
There's
There was,
a new copy.
yeah, there was a new copy, but some of them, we exchanged it in their packets. But yeah, there's a new one for you.
I'll make a motion to approve the February 24th, 2026 board meeting.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes. Do
I'll
I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Joy motion, Jimmy second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the approval of minutes from the, the February 24th, 2026 meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Let's move on to Fire Chief's report. Thank you for coming, Chief Peterson.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I distributed the monthly report and a copy of the annual report for your review. I don't think I have to drill down, but I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have. A couple major note in there, as you can see what our EMS calls are up. And not only us, but Wisconsin and the nationwide, we are 5% up over 2024, and we're already almost 7% up over this time last year for EMS calls. So continues to grow, and luckily, thanks in part to you guys, we're staffed well to handle it, but it's the chairperson and I serve on a committee trying to address EMS in the county, and it's a growing concern of how we're going to answer all these calls. We had our honors night. The reason I wasn't at the last meeting, we handed out our first Distinguished Service Awards for a lake rescue on Lake Koshkonong in late 2024, where a snowmobiler had gone through the ice. And we had responded out there. We had our first crews donned their cold water suits and ran almost a mile out to effect that rescue. And this was one of those where minutes really did matter, because it was an older gentleman, and he was barely hanging on to that ice shelf at that point. So everything worked great. We got him out, transported him to hospital, and he came and visited us a couple days later. So that was a good feeling for everybody. So we handed out awards for that. We had 2 firefighters of the year and 2 officers of the year recognized. And I think most importantly that night, we brought on 2 new part-time members. And as we've discussed, finding part-time or volunteers in the fire service is becoming more and more difficult. So we have 2 young men in their 20s that are interested in the fire service, that one lives in the city and one lives just outside the city. So Very excited about that, somebody we can invest in and start growing our part-time staff and replacing some of those that are retiring out. Other than that, I just want to talk about grass fires real quick. It's hard to tell outside today, but we're getting into grass fire season. In fact, we've already had more than a few grass fires. So I'd remind everybody that if you are going to burn, you need to call the sheriff's office and let them know. If conditions aren't right for burning, they'll let you know. And because usually myself or another chief will let them know that it's too dry or too windy, or conditions aren't right to allow burning at that point. People have to have a nearby water supply, and the burns have to be attended to the whole time. The other thing we'll mention is those burns are for organic materials only, and they're not to burn household waste or construction debris, and which we see a lot of at times. So as we've talked in the past, grass fires are very resource heavy, not only for our department, but for the entire county. And are a long duration call that takes a lot of firefighters to help contain it. So people need to be responsible for their lighting those things up and attend to them and be able to put them out if they grow too big.
So is that backyard fire pits are not, you don't have to get permission?
Recreational fires, you don't necessarily have to call. Although, you know, if it's in a point where people driving by may not be able to see that it's a recreational fire, it's always a good idea to call, especially in the evenings, right? Mm-hmm. That I'm glad people call, but they can't necessarily tell what's burning. So the sheriff's office keeps a list of that, and we'll look on the list and see that person's address is having a recreational fire and not dispatched us. So.
Good to know.
Yep.
We have our ordinance that has all these items in there, and
Yep.
people are supposed to get a permit.
Right.
And one of the main reasons to get the permit is so that they understand all of the requirements to burn in a safe manner. So we have that on our website, but maybe we can put maybe an update or
Okay.
a notice on there reminding people of that we're getting into burn season
And we'd be
now.
happy to link that to ours also.
Okay, great, thank you.
What are you seeing for the reason of the increased fire calls year to date? Is it weather related or is it more?
I'm sorry? The increased calls?
Yeah, year to date.
Pretty much all EMS. Aging population, we have a number of care facilities in the city and the surrounding area, and as the population ages and the standard of care grows, we just see more and more EMS calls.
And you sent us this, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, you passed that on to the other
I believe
people.
all the members should have gotten it, so if you didn't get it, then I need
Yeah,
to
I think
update your email address.
yeah, I think
so.
I
Did all of
sent
you
it
see that
to-
in your email? The
If
annual
not, I'll
report?
resend it.
Yeah,
resend
so
it, 'cause
you
I-
should get those and then my critical incident
Yeah, 'cause
notifications.
I believe I passed it on.
Yeah, you told me to go
When
ahead.
did they
Yeah,
come
go
out?
ahead
When
and
did
give
you
it
send
to everybody. This was really
That
well
was
done.
Those,
Last month?
It was
yeah,
recently.
I think last month, and then I emailed out the monthly report like November 8th or something, or March 8th.
Yeah, this was really, I remember seeing that and asking to pass it on, so everyone check their email. This was a really well-done report.
Thank
I'm
you.
very impressed by it.
Thank you.
So, really well done. It really hones in on everything that's happening in your district.
Actually, my daughter laid it out, and so that's what a $100,000 education gets you.
There you go.
So it's already paying for itself.
Great. Does anyone have any questions or comments for the chief?
I know it's not your district, but David had heard something about the Mink Farm fire? Fire at the Mink Farm?
This morning, there's a fire this morning in Jefferson Township at about 3 a.m.,
Oh.
if that's the one you're
Well, this
referring
would
to.
be Lake Mills District, right off of 12.
Oh, okay.
Not that far from the bowling alley, just a
Right.
little bit further
Right.
west.
So it must not have been, it must just have been a,
I wasn't there, but I was there this morning at 3 a.m.
oh. Okay,
Um,
thank you.
Any further questions?
Yeah, thanks for the report.
Thank you.
Great, thank you
Okay.
so much for all you
Good.
do. Chief Russ had told me that he wasn't able to be here. He had a conflict with the business he was going out to talk to. So we'll try to get him here next month. Okay. Let's move on then to police report. Good evening.
Welcome.
First thing, Chief Leonard wrote a grant through the Safe Communities First Responders Program through Enbridge. Enbridge awarded the police department $7,000 this year. The funding should arrive sometime in April. Officer Broughton, she's over here. She's in field training with Lieutenant Klemke and doing well. All new officers are putting in a variety of hours through the week to include days, nights, and weekends to give us more coverage. Myself and Chief Leonard will be attending the DNR boat program update in April, which is in Stevens Point. It's being hosted by the DNR. The policies and procedures update, Lieutenant Klemke is working diligently with Lexipol to implement the policies, and that should occur in April. All policies and procedures will meet federal, state, and municipal guidelines. The manual will be distributed to the officers for review and confirmation of review in April and May. Each officer will be issued a thumb drive with all the policies and procedures on them. So she's been working on that, and then that's all we have that's new.
Great, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Here's
Yeah.
our new
Here's-
officer. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Good.
This is, okay, I guess that's it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, discussion and possible action on Megan Rosenberger operator's license. So you have that in your packet. And
Megan will be working as a coordinator for Busy Barns. I've run her information through, is it CCAP? She has no violations. She does have, oh, I don't have it in, oh, yes, I do too. Her certification that she's taken the SAFE, the responsible training class is in there. So I would recommend that we go ahead and offer, or give her an operator's license.
I'll make a motion to approve Megan Roethlisberger?
Rosenberger.
Rosenberger?
Yep.
Okay, we
Operator's
have
license.
Motion by Jimmy. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Tom. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of issuing the operator's license to Megan Rosenberger, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We'll move forward with that. Okay, moving on to discussion and possible action on request by Theodore Butor to divide the A3 zone lot to allow for 2 residential lots at W9236 and W9240 US Highway 18, parcel number 022-0613-0532-001. So he's not here tonight. We had told him to come. Did you hear back from him?
No,
by
I did
chance?
not.
Okay, that's fine. So this came before the planning committee this month. There's an 11-acre lot that is right on Highway 18, just east of Hope Lake Road. It's that large Tudor house. And
Used to be Nat's house, he built it.
yes,
Is that the one up on the hill there?
yes, yes. There's a couple other buildings there. Back in 1994, it was rezoned from R2 to A3 to allow a business. There's just very few limited business that are allowed into A3. The property was recently purchased by Mr. Butor, and he would like to divide this parcel into 2 lots so that he can live in the smaller home that was used for the business. Previously was a lab, and then sell off the larger, the larger house. So you can see in there that there's a map of how they would like to divide it. So this is allowed by our comprehensive plan. It meets that goal. It's already residential. It meets the county regulations that they can do this. Because this is in Highway 18, the DOT is not going to allow a second driveway to be placed on there, so it would be a shared driveway. The planning committee voted unanimously to recommend the division to the board. There's just 2 conditions on here. I talked to Matt Zengel from the county, and this was their request.
I think that's him.
That's him. Hi, Mr. Victor.
You're
Our
up.
meeting for this starts at 6:30 instead of 7. We're just on your... Oh, fantastic. We're just at your agenda item right now. Mr. Butor has this with him. So one of the conditions would be, as you can see on the map, where the division is for segments L3 and L2 was along one side of the driveway, and the county was asking that the division be down the center line of the driveway. And that, you can bring it up.
Okay. There's 2 copies of the surveys.
Okay.
showing that, and then I got 4 copies of a driveway agreement.
Oh,
I
fantastic.
mean, obviously it has to be filled in.
Right, of
per-
course.
But it's the basic.
Oh, great. Okay, so we can pass that down to you. So this was our request per the county. So the survey map has been revised
Change the driveway.
per our
the rest of the
request.
plan.
Oh, it goes together.
Yeah, it goes together, they're 2 pages. He just has 2 copies, so that the lot line would be right down the center line. So that was provided. The other item here is, you had 4 here, you can take this. Share that, move that down. And then the other request and condition was that upon the sale of one of the lots, that there would be a driveway agreement between the 2 lot owners for the shared driveway, and that would be recorded along with the transfer of the lot. So he's brought that to us, and then of course it'll just need to be filled in.
Yeah.
Right.
The title company was already a realtor,
Mm-hmm.
it would be in the listing.
Right.
For the title company to be recorded
Mhm.
on Schedule A.
Right, so that would be all that would be needed at the time. And like I said, the shared driveway is allowed for the 2 properties. We can do that, and the division is allowed as well under our comprehensive plan. It's already residential, and now it would just be the 2 lots instead of 1, and it would be using the existing building that's already there. Did anyone have any questions?
Sounds pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request by Theodore Butor to divide the A3 zone for 2 residential lots at W9236 and W9240, US Highway 18, parcel 022-0613-50532-001.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a
I'll second.
Okay, Tom motion, Jimmy second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion to divide the A3 zone lot into 2 parcels, say aye. Opposed? Okay, great. So you're all set. So what'll happen next is we will send the decision to the county tomorrow, and then they will contact you. Moving forward, it'll just have to go through their planning committee.
Sure.
And then you'll be all set to go.
I'm sorry about being late. I 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I figure that it's confusing, 6:30 for
It's St.
our
Patty's Day.
meeting.
It's St. Patty's Day. Why would you want to start at 7?
Worked out well for you. You were right on top.
Yeah,
In and out, you got a yes vote?
yeah, you're
Better
all
escape
set.
while you can.
Can we change our vote? No, no.
Yeah, we
Well,
appreciate
I
you.
appreciate everybody's time, and I'm glad it went smooth, and I met your requirements.
Yeah, you're welcome. And did you send a copy of the revised survey to the county?
They should have it.
They should have it. Okay, all right.
Because I don't know if it was you or them that, I mean, I knew it, the original surveyor put it at 33 foot. And I knew it was gonna have to be 66, so it was wide, but I don't remember who requested it before I had even seen it. Someone let him know to
The
widen it.
county.
Yeah,
So we'll
okay.
send a copy of that with the
So
county
they
too.
should have it.
Okay, all right. Great, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to discussion and possible action on resolution 2026-02, adopting the fee schedule. So we talked about this last month, and there were just a few revisions that needed to be made based on how we wanted to proceed. So you have 2 copies in your packet. So one is the red line of the changes that we directed Laura Lowry to change, and then a fresh copy with the changes made. So Laura, do you want to go over that?
Right, so on the first page of the resolution, it was the paragraph, now therefore be it resolved. The ask was to make the one sheet Exhibit A. So instead of having the relevant town ordinance or resolution or town board action listed or state statute, we're just going to label it as Exhibit A. So on your one copy, you'll see the red line where I took out some words or added some words that was requested. And then in the paragraph under that one, there was a slight change also as we were taking out a hard date that it was going to be effective rather than just saying as of its posting. So that's the change on the top page. And then if you look at the Exhibit A, if you go through it, so I'll say the official copy, there's no red marking on it, it just says Exhibit A. I did take off the ordinances and the state statutes and all that stuff. You'll see that they're still on the copy where the Exhibit A is in red. I changed the background check to say 0. We were going to leave that on there even though we're not charging anything. The suggestion was to leave that line on there. That's on that page. And then go a few more pages to the very end, I believe it is. Oh, no, the page where it says, I think it's like the 3rd or 4th page, the commissions and committees. I did find that the town board had action on June 7th in 2022 where they increased well, I'll back up. There was another version of Ordinance 54 where Ordinance 54 originally started at $125 to be paid by someone who wanted to be on the planning committee agenda. There was an amendment to that ordinance where it was then bumped up to $250. Then in June of 2022, there was town board action taken to bump that up to $350. And you have a copy of that meeting minutes in your packet where I highlighted the date of the meeting, and then on the second page of that, it highlights where that increase was put into effect. So although it should have been a 3rd amendment to the ordinance, it was increased by town board action. So right now we are in compliance at least with the town board action that was put into effect in '22. And then on the last page, I took out the compost chips and then the assembly section. So that's the last thing that was asked to be removed. And then the very last page is just the signing of it. And I did see, Joy, that you had said we needed to change that one word. It was EIRST instead of first. So I've got a note there, and I'll make
Yeah,
that change.
just a typo.
Yeah, on the official one. But otherwise, it still lists all the fees and penalties that are in effect right now for the town. And then it would just need to be possibly passed and then eventually signed.
So, but you're going to go through and amend all the ordinances, right?
Right, so then the next step is going through and amending all the ordinances that have these dollar amounts listed to then be referring to the fee schedule that will be in effect. So at this point, if you put this fee schedule into effect, they're both the same. And then we'll change the ordinance now to say, read the fee schedule, so that in the future, if you want to change that dollar amount on the fee schedule, you don't have to worry about going back to the ordinance and finding out where it was listed specifically as a dollar amount.
Great work. Thank you
But-
for working on that.
So
But
do
you've
we have
got like 30-some ordinances and about 5 resolutions to
Yeah,
amend.
but we don't need to amend that one ordinance that we took town board action on, because that,
No, well, you will essentially be amending it. That'll be the first one that we will amend to,
yeah, that's a good
To say to
idea,
go to the
because
fee
that
schedule?
actually has a different amount.
yeah, you could amend it to say the 350 and then amend it again to say the fee schedule. The suggestion is just to amend it to the fee schedule and then you'll be
Right.
covered.
Recreate it.
Yeah, that'll be the first one that we'll
Right.
do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so the fee schedule, this resolution has to be done
Yes.
before we can say, refer to the fee schedule as an amendment to each of these
Right.
ordinances.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-02, adopting the fee schedule.
Okay, we have a
I'll
motion on the
second.
floor? A motion is second. Any further comments or suggestions? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of approval of resolution 2026-02, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you so much for your hard work on this.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, we'll move on to discussion and possible action on resolution 2026-03, resolution to increase dog license fees.
The discussion was had to take the word tax out, and so I was going to do that. But when I went back to the state statute, it actually says dog license tax in it.
Okay.
So I just left that back in the original document. I went to take it out, but then,
Okay.
yeah. So this really hasn't changed at all. It's just that you couldn't put this one into effect until the fee schedule was in effect.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pass the 2026-03 resolution to increase dog license fees.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of approval of the resolution 2026-03, a resolution to increase dog license taxes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, moving on to discussion and possible action on resolution 2026-04, resolution adopting the Jefferson County Natural Hazards Mitigation Plan. So this is a very large plan that the county has now adopted. It takes into account all natural disasters that can occur, how they would address it. It has a lot about demographics and natural resources in the county. Wendy sent out a link to it. It's what is it, like 250 pages?
It's a lot of pages. She said, you may
Yeah.
want to print one copy just for your, for your office to have. But she goes, otherwise, I'd recommend sending a link. That's what the lady
I
had
know,
said.
I thought, oh, I'll just open it up, and I'm like, oh, I'm
Uh,
not
yeah.
opening up.
Yeah, it's huge.
Right. We are not approving the mitigation plan itself. They've done that. All of the towns are naturally part of this, but they had come and sent email to everybody. The villages and the cities do not automatically fall under this, so they had to do a resolution. I spoke to the county as well as the attorney, and the recommendation was to do a resolution, just recognizing we understand that we are part of this and we accept it. So it's just a formality.
Did it actually start last year and we're just 3 months late, or what?
They just came forward and asked us
Yeah, they
to
wanted
adopt
us
it.
to adopt it and to have the resolution
Yeah.
back to them by the end of this month.
Right. So I'm not really sure why they're just asking for it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So does anyone have any additional questions on that? If you need some good reading material, open up and click on the link.
No, I'm good. I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-04, adopting the Jefferson County Natural Resource Mitigation Plan.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of approval of the resolution 2026-4, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We will sign this and get that back to the county.
There used to be a natural disaster committee that we used to have the representative to. I know Ted Bratney was on that for a while. Do you remember?
Was that FEMA? Some
Yeah.
FEMA thing.
We had a committee?
We didn't, no.
We
The county
appointed
did?
someone to be on,
I can,
I don't know if they,
Yeah, I don't know.
Still
There's
has
I
somebody
can-
from hazardous whatever. I've gotten a couple of emails in the last few days
Tracy.
about from Tracy about they'll talk about hazardous weather, what the snow was, and if you think any of the snow amounts are going to impact where you might need to ask for some sort of assistance because of damage it was causing. But
right,
I don't know if she ever mentions the committee with that or
I'll
not.
reach out and ask her about it.
natural disasters.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. You know, they have their monthly committees with the emergency management. I'll ask about it and I'll let
Yeah,
you
I
know what
know
they have to say.
I went to a meeting once, but I don't,
I'll reach out.
it was just an informational thing.
Probably. I'm sure we couldn't vote or anything, but I'll ask about it and see if they have any upcoming meetings and let you know about that. Okay. Moving on to discussion and possible action on the Preserve at Oakland letter of credit reduction. So you have a packet in front of you for the Preserve at Oakland. So if you recall, back when they first started constructing the subdivision, we had a letter of credit for $818,000. That was the amount that was estimated that the roads would cost to complete this project, and any other, like the ditches and the stormwater pond that is in phase 1. It also had a 10% increase on that. So part of our developers agreement echoes the state language that after a substantial amount of work has been completed, they can ask for a letter of credit reduction. So the reason for the letter of credit is that in case a developer walks away, the town would have money to complete the project or return it to its natural conditions, whatever seemed more reasonable. That's standard practice for all developments everywhere. And so we had that. And so now they are substantially completed. The roads are done. There's just the final lift of asphalt that needs to occur. You can see in here, there's a few different quotes. They'll have to work on the binder for any that's already there, any repairs that need to be made, repairs to the stormwater pond that's there. It doesn't seem to be holding water, so there's a quote in there to complete that as well. There's also the engineering for that pond, as well as the construction by the construction company. And then there's also revegetation and restoration of some of these areas as well that's in there. We also have in here the lien waivers showing that he's paid all his bills up to this point. Everything that he's had to pay, he's paid. So I did have Strand Engineering review this to ensure that the amount seemed correct. They said yes. I also had Jeff look at this. He and I actually went out too, and he thought it was reasonable as well. Strand had gone out there and to make sure that what they said they needed to complete, that was it. There was nothing else to
And
do.
Strand's our engineer, correct?
Yes, Strand's our engineer. There was a lot of back and forth with what has been done to ensure that everything is correct. And so everything that needs to be done still is listed in here. And so, so the total estimate is $118,000 to complete the project, and then plus the 10%. So we'll hold on to that amount until the whole project is done. We'll have our town engineer Strand as well as Jeff go out there, do a complete inspection to make sure everything is done properly. And until that is done and everything looks good, we won't accept the roads. And if anything happened, we would have the rest of the money to complete the project.
So this would cover the other phases as well?
No, just completion of
This is
phase
just
one.
phase one? Okay.
Yes, yes, so they're not coming back yet with the letter of credit for phase two. So
Okay.
once they want to start building there, we'll have to do this process all over again.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? I know it's kind of complicated, but it should be all in there. I reviewed it. I talked to the developer as well. We really went back and forth to ensure that everything we needed to include it is in here to protect the town.
Yeah.
And I believe it is.
And my only question, Laura, was with the ongoing crisis in Iran and oil prices and gas prices are going crazy, is that going to affect anything here with asphalt or anything that would be material-wise that could affect quoting? And you assured me that you checked into it.
Right.
And those quotes are solid and they're already set, so they can't just gouge us. It's going to double our prices, right?
No.
If something happens. So
I
that was
talked
my
to
only
Jeff.
concern.
Payne and Dolan would be the company that would be laying the asphalt. They probably have all of their asphalt quotes already set. They probably have a lot of asphalt already. I did speak with Michael too, and he's assured me that these quotes are will stand up, and we do have the 10% in here as well for everything, not just for the asphalt. So if prices, for some reason, they would need more money, that extra 10% is in there. And then we could always have lien waivers placed on the properties too. I don't think that would ever come to that, but that's an insurance that we would have. Anything else? Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we reduce the letter of credit for the preserve at Oakland from its current level, I believe 818,000, to the requested level of 131,000.
Okay, we have a motion by Tom.
I'll second it.
Joyce seconds. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of the letter of credit reduction request from the Preserve at Oakland, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'll reach out and we'll get that paperwork from the bank. Okay, moving right along to Enbridge update. I do have correspondence with the DNR project manager, Caroline Rice. I also received information from Enbridge itself, and so I have some information that they've been doing. So throughout the winter, they've been monitoring product at the site via product gauging at the on-site risers twice a month. And then once the risk of freezing is gone, they plan to resume product recovery activities that they had been doing in 2025. They are coordinating for the first quarter 2026 sampling activities for the groundwater monitoring wells, and they have tentatively set that for next week, the week of March 23rd. They are also coordinating the 2026 sampling for the surface water that they've been doing in conjunction with the Lake District, and it's my understanding they'll be continuing that at least for this next quarter. And then they are waiting on that to ensure that the ice is gone before they schedule that. But they hope to complete that next week as well. They don't say it here, but I'm sure they will be also sampling the public or the private drinking water wells, because that is part of their requirements as well. The soil vapor extraction plan has been drafted, and Enbridge is reviewing that. It was prepared by their engineering GEI consultant, and then it is expected to be submitted to the WDNR in March. So it should be soon that they submit that, and I will follow up with Caroline Rice to see when that is submitted. It would be on their reporting website. So I'll continue to monitor that, and I'm sure it'll take them a little bit to review it. And I've talked in the past about their site investigation report that would summarize all their activities on the site in 2025, so basically since the beginning of discovering of the spill. And that is also currently being drafted by GEI consultants, and they expect to have that done soon and submitted to the DNR by the end of this month. And I will keep an eye out for that too. And then depending on when they get the sampling done and when the results come back, maybe by April we will have the results of their sampling to report back on that.
Yeah, we had talked about, Laura, like after this year time frame, and when they get a few of these reports finalized, that we could maybe have another meeting with them.
Yes, I will reach out to
that'd
them
be great.
again and request that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Kinda get
definitely will.
overall where we're at today, kind of thing.
Right. I think that's a good idea. From Enbridge, it's most likely that the SVE, the soil vapor extraction system, will be installed over the summer. So that'll be good to get that going. Okay, let's move on to approval of disbursements. Do you
I'll
have
make a
that in
motion.
front of you?
Yeah,
There
I'll
you
make,
go, Tom.
what's that?
It's your last time.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. We approve the disbursements. Looks like they're all checks this time. Is that what it is, Wendy? A manual check?
There's some manual up at the top. There's a couple of EFTs up at the top
Okay.
where it says manual check.
So that was just an error on that, okay.
Oh, no, the manual check is just, it's a way that you set it up versus one that you're actually printing out in there. So those are electronic funds transfers. That's how I have to key them in there in order to
Okay.
get
You were
the
confusing me
bank
on my
balance.
last
Well, I'm
motion.
not trying to confuse you. Those are wire transfers, so.
All right, well then we'll start beginning with EFT to Wisconsin Department of Revenue, through and including check number 2001 the Wisconsin Supreme Court in the aggregate amount of $116,167.53.
Second.
Okay, we have motion a second. I guess my only question is, we'll have to find somebody to do that.
Well,
Moving
people were
forward.
doing it when I wasn't here.
Okay, any questions?
Just one question.
Probably Joni.
Okay.
What's the Wisconsin Supreme Court for $800, the continual
I
judicial
think-
education?
I think it's a
Or
class.
ED. What's
I
ED?
think it's a class from Mary Schaefer.
Yeah,
I can go look it up. It would
It's
be in
in
the
here.
folder
I
right
just don't
there.
remember seeing it before.
here it is.
Okay.
It's continuing Town of Oakland Municipal Court.
Sounds
For
like
who?
for Mary.
Was that for who?
It's for
Mary
Mary,
Schaefer.
for Mary
Mary.
Schaefer.
Got to be Mary or Ginny.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just curious, I didn't see it
Okay.
before.
it's good to keep up on these things. Okay. Any further questions? Okay, hearing none. All in favor of the disbursement, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll move forward with that. Okay, so we have, moving on to announcements.
Announcements, I sent this to you guys about the clean sweep. It's also posted on our website, but I just included it in case anyone hadn't seen it in the email. Today in the office, we finished sending out absentee ballots. We had 119 absentee ballots requested so far, which meant I had to buy 4 rolls of stamps and 2 rolls of extra ounce ones. We will be doing public equipment testing on the 1st of April if anyone's interested in seeing how the voting machines work. Next election will be on the 7th, and Laura and I, one of our chief inspectors, did some training with Deb Schradel over at the cabin, just to enhance our knowledge of what's going on, changes that may be in place. So
Do you know when the first day of absentee balloting in person is?
next week it will be.
Do you know what day?
I can look and I can find it for you.
Okay, it's next Tuesday.
Okay.
We should announce that. Yeah, it's next Tuesday?
So we
Yeah,
can
it's always
come
2
in
weeks.
anytime.
You
On
can
Tuesday.
come in
During the office hours.
anytime
During
during the
office
office hours, and yes,
So this coming Tuesday?
this coming Tuesday.
Right, so a week from today, the 24th.
Thank
We
you. So-
have the absentee ballots are all sitting right there, locked in the vault right now.
So
and that's-
people
Is that
can,
on our website?
so you
Yes,
mailed
it's on our
out.
website, and it was also, we have to publish an announcement in the local paper. So that has gone out with what the times, when the last time was that they could do a request like by mail, when the last time is they can turn in an absentee ballot in person.
Okay, so any absentee ballots that were mailed out, they can mail them back, they can drop it off in person, they could put it in the drop box.
They can put it in the Dropbox.
I would have to talk with Laura Lowry to make sure about that. I don't know what the answer is to that one, Joy, but I'll find out.
Okay, I thought that was decided.
That's gone
that they
back
could
and
do
forth a
that.
few
It's
times.
gone
Yeah,
back and
I-
forth.
I
Okay.
don't know for sure what the answer
I
is
think
on
there
that.
was a problem last year.
Okay, yeah, we hadn't really discussed that yet. We were just interested in getting them out the door right now.
Okay,
And we found out by state statute that on Good Friday, we actually have to have someone here until 5 o'clock, even though
Yes.
that's not our regular hours, so.
yes, it's always,
Sounds like overtime.
yeah.
It is overtime, yes.
Yeah, by state statute, you have to have that every year. So yes, anybody who wants to come in during office hours, they can do so and fill out the absentee ballot. And that'll be held just as you would with the.
Yep, we'll hold them
mail.
just like we do with the regular ones and keep them on our log.
Does that start at 8:30 or 8 o'clock? or-
8:30,
8:30?
except on Friday. Friday, we don't start until 9.
And then regarding the clean sweep, this is a really good deal for people. It's just $10 for a carload. I encourage people that have hazardous materials like used oil at their house to call the county. You need to set up an appointment and register to drop off your hazardous waste, and that'll be at the, it will be at the fairground, That's where it usually is.
This is the county park
A
shop.
county park shop. Okay,
Right.
so it's different than it used to be. The county park shop located at 1555 South Industrial Drive in Jefferson. So for more information, you could look at the county's website and give them a call. Okay.
That's all I have.
We
Okay.
have another correspondence.
This is the correspondence that we have.
This is the correspondence.
One here.
The Village of Cambridge letter.
Yes. We
Did
have-
you mention that?
No, that was.
No,
in
I
the-
was talking about announcements. So we're going into correspondence
We're
now.
going to correspondence now.
Oh, I thought
Nope.
clean sweep was a
No, no.
correspondence. Okay.
That was an announcement. I just wanted to, in case somebody watches it, they can hear about it. So correspondence, so you have in front of you a correspondence from the village regarding the intergovernmental agreement we have with them, mainly for roads that we had talked about. I did pass along the term sheet, that abbreviated one from our town attorney, and I gave that to the town. They discussed last week and sent in a written, it wasn't an email, it was a written letter that you see here. So Michael's aware of it, and he will look into the implications and how to proceed, and once he has looked through that thoroughly, he will provide guidance to us.
Okay.
So I'll keep you posted. Okay, so did we have any other correspondence?
Nope.
Okay. Let's move on to future agenda items. So next month, we'll have our annual meeting, and then we will have the changing of the guard, and you'll be sworn in. Joni will be sworn in, and we'll have a little something Joy had recommended we
We're going to celebrate you.
have. We'll celebrate you.
Not necessary.
Well, we can, are you planning on being here?
I
could
will
do-
let you know. When is it?
April
April
21st.
21st. That's our next agenda item.
We could do it between the annual meeting and the regular board meeting, if that works with you. I think we should do something. I mean, you're so old at this.
I'm
Right
old.
now.
I don't know if you
No,
want
I
to
am
hear
old.
that.
You're younger than I am.
Well,
Okay,
we
sounds good.
appreciate
Let's
all
move on.
you've done. Thank you for your service.
You're
We
welcome.
hope you will attend next month, but if for some reason you can,
I'll let you know.
well, we publicly thank you now.
And if you let us know that you're coming, let us know what kind of treats you like, so we make sure to keep you
Yeah.
happy.
Right.
It's been an honor to serve the town for all these years, and I wish the best of luck to the existing town board and to Joni.
Great.
Tom, it's been a pleasure to work with all these years, and I've learned an awful lot from you.
Yes.
And it's helped me in my career as a town representative, so thank you.
Great.
Same to all of you.
Well, thank you so much. And we wish you the best at what you're going to do with your free time now.
I'm still got a full-time job. So.
Yeah.
Hope I
Okay.
see you next month.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Okay.
So are we going to do, well, I would suggest a future agenda item for the Cable Commission, and I'd like to get going on the short-term rental again as well.
Well, the short-term rental will, Wendy and Laura Lowry will have other priorities at this time that are more pressing, but once they have those items off their list and they have an opportunity, then they will start looking at the responsibilities, how to implement and administer.
Well, we got as far as an ordinance drafted before.
Yeah,
I
just,
mean, it's all in the works already, and if we could just get, I'm hoping that people will show up for the annual meeting, and that may be one of the questions that were asked. And I would like to be able to let people know that it will be work done.
There is a lot of people interested in it,
Yeah.
obviously, because they're being affected by it.
Well,
Right now, the priority will have to be the election and getting through that, plus we have,
Okay, but that doesn't.
no, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
It doesn't have to be all on their shoulders. We
Okay.
could possibly set up a committee of non-town board members and a town, I would be willing to be on it as a town board member and also have a couple of people that are non-town board members and start working on it.
Well, it will have to be up to our clerk and deputy clerk to see how comfortable they are. There's a lot to be done with administering it. We cannot start any program until they understand completely the administrative process and the requirements of that, the time frame of that. So, you know, it may be more beneficial for our clerk and deputy clerk to be working on it, as opposed to a committee. We'll just have to review that and get back.
Okay.
It's kind of like the party barn thing was this
If we
year.
get a question during the annual meeting,
They can ask whatever questions they want.
it's a question and answer.
Okay.
So we need to be able to answer when it will be done.
Well, we won't be able to answer anything until I understand completely what this resolution is going to be, what it's going to entail, how it's going to be enforced. There are lots of questions.
And those
I
are
just-
all questions that we worked on when we were
Well,
working on it,
I
and then it
wasn't-
got shoved on the back burner.
I wasn't here when any of that was going on, so I don't know anything about what was discussed before.
Okay.
I would have to go look at minutes or something like that in order to find out. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay. And then also, normally in April, there's a road inspection. Is that,
I've talked to Jeff to set up something for that, but that has not been set up yet. So we can
because
let you
that's
know.
something that we normally talk about in April?
Yeah,
so
we can
that
talk
the
about
bids
that in
can-
April.
Okay.
So you have to do like road ratings
He,
That's at
usually
Whistler
we'll have to
with
have
Whistler?
I think it's Whistler, isn't it, that you're talking about?
What was that?
Pacer.
Whistler,
Um,
Wisconsin Highway.
He's on top of that.
Are you talking
He's
about
done.
the 5-year plan, or what are you talking about?
Right.
The
Right.
5-year road plan?
We used to all get together and go and look at all the roads, and now, the last couple of years, it's only been like the chair and Jeff.
Yeah,
And then he makes up the plan, and then we approve the plan. And normally that's done in April, so
But
bids
there's a
can
thing-
go out.
There's a thing with the state too, where you have to go ahead and turn in ratings for all of your
Yeah.
roads.
that was already done. That's not done in April.
Okay.
Yeah, I went out with him last year. That was the first time I ever went. He said the whole board used to go, but haven't done that since 2020. But if anybody would like to come on the road, going over the roads, I'll let you know the date. Wear comfortable shoes. We'll walk the roads, and we have to come up with what we feel is the best. Right now, there's a lot of snow, so we have to wait and see how the winter was to these roads. We have a 5-year plan, but that might need to be
I know a couple of years,
revised.
we got a list of roads, and we were invited to go look at them on our own time.
Yeah,
Because we
you
all
can-
couldn't get together on the same day, or at the same time.
That's the
Right,
last
that's
couple
fine
of years
too. We
have
did
done
that last year. We brought it and gave the 5-year plan, and then we did not do anything with it until the following month,
Right.
so that people could walk, talk to Jeff, go out with Jeff, whatever they felt comfortable doing. So we can do
Okay.
that again.
And the initial board of review, does that have to be done in April?
Susan is going to come in next week. I asked her to come in to help me out with a few things that I had questions about. So we're going to talk about when the initial meeting has to be of the Board of Review, who is going to be on it or certified for it. I don't know all of the details on it, but You're going to do training, Laura's going to do training. So we'll make sure that we have the people that we need to have and then adjourn until later on when the meeting's out.
Correct.
I'm going to forward to you guys, Dana today sent me information. They're going to go out and start their field work for all the assessing and stuff later on. And there's a couple letters that she has in case anyone sees them out and about, in case you get constituents calling and saying, why is this person out on my property or whatever. She's got a letter in there that's approved by the Department of Revenue, a no trespassing thing. She also talks about the fact they'll be in their vehicles, it'll be plainly marked, but just in case you get calls, you'll know what to tell them.
Okay,
But,
good.
yeah, so Susan is going to come, like I said, next week and is going to help me out with a few questions about that, some questions about cigarette licensing and alcohol licensing for this summer. So
Okay,
we'll make sure we've got it under control.
because, yeah, it has to be a certain,
Yeah, it has
I
to be a
mean,
certain amount of time
otherwise we
before,
had-
and I think when we looked in the past, it was in April that it was done. So, like I said, she'll be here next week.
okay. That's all I have.
Anybody else? Okay, moving on. We had public comment again. David asked to have it at the end.
No, they don't show up.
No, that's okay. So our next meeting will be Tuesday, April 21st. We'll have the annual meeting first, followed by the monthly meeting. And that's all. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I will make my last motion to adjourn this meeting.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion second. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for coming.